Spicy ladies, let me be brutally honest with you. Most men are not starving for sex. They're starving for what sex represents: a release, a recognition, a reclaiming of something they lost years ago. But here's what no one tells you. Men don't actually know what they want. So they chase bodies, they chase dopamine, they chase validation. And after every orgasm, they feel it, that emptiness, that echo, like something's missing, like something never landed. It's not because the sex was bad. It's because it wasn't the kind of sex their soul was actually craving. There are 5 types of sex that men dream about, whether they realize it or not. And if you don't understand them, you'll keep reaching for experiences that never satisfy you. 1. The primal release. This is raw, dominant, animalistic. It's not about hurting anyone. It's about finally feeling unleashed in a world that constantly tells men to be nice, be safe, be soft. This is the kind of sex where he doesn't have to apologize for being a man. He dreams of being in control, not because he wants to oppress, but because he wants to feel his own fire. This kind of sex is about power that's been suppressed for too long. Maybe he grew up around strong women and weak fathers. Maybe he was taught that his desire was dangerous. Maybe he was told that being assertive made him a monster, so he buried it. But that part of him, the part that wants to claim, to lead, to take, never died. It just went underground. And in his fantasies, it comes roaring back. The truth? This isn't about control over her. It's about reconnecting with himself. It's a spiritual reclaiming of masculinity. It's the fire in his gut saying, I'm still here. I still matter. I am not a shadow. And until he expresses this part of himself in a safe, sacred, consensual way, he'll keep looking for it in porn, power games, or self-sabotage. 2. The sacred witness. This is the kind of sex most men never talk about. The kind where he doesn't have to perform, where he isn't trying to impress, dominate, or prove something. It's not about conquest. It's about being witnessed, truly, deeply seen. Not for his muscles, not for his money, not for the act, but for the man underneath it all. This is the kind of sex that shakes him because it's intimate in a way most men are never prepared for. Why? Because no one ever taught him how to be emotionally naked. He was trained to hide his insecurities, his fear, his longing to be held. Not just physically, but emotionally. The boy inside of him still wants to be told, you're enough. You don't have to do anything. I see you. I choose you. In this kind of sex, he's not the aggressor. He's the one being received. And that terrifies him because it makes him vulnerable. But it also heals him. This is the intimacy where eye contact says more than moans, where slow touch melts defenses he's had up for decades. Where he realizes, I don't need to hide behind my performance anymore. I am worthy of being held just as I am. 3. The vulnerable surrender. This is the one he avoids, the one he doesn't even admit he wants because it doesn't feel like sex at first, it feels like risk. For a man who spent years building armor, this kind of intimacy is terrifying. Vulnerability isn't something men are taught to bring into the bedroom. They're taught to bring control, endurance, technique, but not trembling hands, not uncertainty, not the silence that says, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I just want to be real. Vulnerable sex isn't about positions, it's about surrender. Letting her see the cracks, letting go of the image. Imagine this. He's not trying to perform, he's not chasing climax. He's letting her into the places he doesn't show anyone: the shame, the fear of not being enough, the wounds that still ache from childhood. This isn't weakness, it's courage. Because to be naked physically is one thing, but to be naked emotionally, that takes a different kind of strength. Most men don't even know how to access this part of themselves, not because they're emotionally unavailable, but because they were punished every time they tried. He dreams of the moment he can break down and still be held. He dreams of feeling safe enough to fall apart and still be loved. This kind of sex is like looking into a mirror without filters. It's not perfect, it's not polished, but it's real. And in that reality, there's more connection than in 1,000 orgasms. 4. The wild unleashing. Every man has a cage. Most of the time, he doesn't even know he's inside it. Expectations, pressure, responsibility, image. He's been taught to carry it all. Be strong. Be stable. Be in control. Never break. Never crack. Never fall apart. So he builds the life, makes the money, fulfills the role. But deep down, he feels like he's suffocating. That's why this kind of sex hits differently. It's not about dominance. It's not about connection. It's about liberation. Sex that makes him feel free is the kind where, for once, he doesn't have to hold it all together. He can let go of control, of fear, of identity. He can drop the armor, let his body lead, his breath be messy, Let the moment take him somewhere he didn't plan to go. It's wild, unpredictable, chaotic in the most beautiful way. Maybe it's spontaneous, outside under the stars. Maybe it's full of laughter or tears or animalistic release. But whatever it is, it's unfiltered, untamed, unapologetic. And in that moment, he's not a boss, not a father, not a protector or provider. He's just himself, the boy, the man, the fire, underneath all the pressure. This kind of sex doesn't just feel good. It reminds him, I'm still alive. There's more to him than duty. His soul still dances. And that's what freedom feels like. 5. The soul's homecoming. This is the one he rarely talks about. The one that isn't just an act, it's a homecoming. Most men have never felt home in their bodies, in their hearts, or even in the presence of a woman. But deep down, he dreams of it. A moment where everything comes together. His strength, his softness, his fire, his ache. Where he's not reaching, not chasing, not fixing or proving, but simply existing in full presence with someone who meets him in the same place. This kind of sex is not transactional. It's transformational. When he looks into her eyes, he sees more than desire. He sees recognition. And maybe for the first time, he doesn't feel alone. He doesn't feel like a machine trying to give her pleasure. He feels like a man with depth, purpose, soul being met exactly as he is. There's no script, no performance, no pressure. Just this timeless feeling, I am okay here. I don't have to be perfect. I am not broken. This is the kind of sex that heals generational wounds. It rewrites stories about what men are allowed to feel. It makes him remember that intimacy isn't something to fear, it's something that frees. And after this, he doesn't crave more women. He craves more of this. Because in this moment, he isn't just touched, he's restored. The invitation. Stop chasing sex that scratches the itch. Start chasing sex that awakens your soul. Find a partner who's not just sexy, but safe. Safe for your strength, your tears, your silence. And if you're not there yet, start by becoming that safe place for yourself. Because when you do, you'll realize something most men never figure out. The sex you dream about was never just about sex. It was about coming home to yourself. That's the real dream, and it starts with you. Stay true to yourself. To all the spicy ladies, make life beautiful. See you in our next video.